After several years of service to the Lagos State Government and the Nigeria Police Force, ASP Hakeem Odumosu stepped aside as Commissioner of Police for Lagos. The state government wished him farewell in his retirement and charged the new Commissioner of Police to continue in the stead of security in Lagos. Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of This is Lagos. It's a parade of honor for the former Commissioner of Police in Lagos, Hakeem Odumosu, after his promotion and subsequent redeployment.
Sadly, the image of the Nigerian Police Force is dwindling by the day due to so many reasons that we all know, especially with the recent nationwide NSAS crisis. There is currently a strained relationship between the public and their police. This trend portends great danger for the country and our citizens. This gap must be bridged. Police must ensure that public trust is earned. The populace too must appreciate the sacrifices of the police to the nation. Nigerian Police Force properly groomed me. So groomed me to become a professional law enforcement officer that can stand tall among my peers anywhere in the world. And in return, I put my best in the service of the country. It is my prayer that the tradition will continue so that young promising officers will attain a lofty height in the police force, just as God gave me the privilege to attain. As one has served in various capacities and have garnered on the job experience, let me at this junction advise young promising officers who have chosen the police as their career. Discipline is the bedrock of the force. Therefore, we must exhibit discipline and be professional at all times. It is by so doing we can win the trust and confidence of the people we serve. This advice is in line with the principles and philosophy of community policing, which is premised upon collaboration and partnership. Sadly, the image of the Nigerian Police Force is dwindling by the day due to so many reasons that we all know, especially with the recent nationwide NSAS crisis. There is currently a strained relationship between the public and their police. This trend portends great danger for the country and our citizens. This gap must be bridged. Police must ensure that public trust is earned. The populace too must appreciate the sacrifices of the police to the nation. Although many deliberate policies and actionable steps are formed part of measures taken to remedy this strained relationship between the police and the public, a lot still needs to be done, and it's my conviction that things will be better. The ongoing police reform is a right step in the right direction towards repositioning the force for better performance and public acceptability. It is believed that if the recommendations of the various committees of police reforms are fully implemented, Nigeria, indeed the people will be better for it. To achieve the desired objectives, therefore, I strongly recommend that the executors of the reforms must do that religiously and with all sense of responsibility, commitment, and sincerity of purpose.
Dignitaries will out his extraordinary contributions to the sustained peace in Lagos, especially in the face of constant court and rival union clashes.
Remember vividly, we had so many challenges that time. That was when we had the problem of Ajegunle, the Odua People's Congress, and the Ijaw Youths. From there, we also had the challenge, the conflicts between the Hausa community and some Yoruba community at my 12. All that period, Odumosu exhibited bravery and gallantry.
It's a clarion call for everybody. If you do it well, you will get it well.
Other officers who are still in service, you should learn a lesson from what has happened to them. When you are in service, work like an officer, lead like an officer, and ensure that people under you have very, very good control over them.
For the governor of Lagos, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the standards the AIG Hakeem Odumosu has set must be a benchmark to higher achievement for the command.
Today, we celebrate a man whose ebullient nature kept him in good stead with his peers and subordinates alike, while his unique character ensured that discipline was respected and maintained all around the command. It is therefore heartwarming to note that AIG Odumosu, aka Tango 1, because we leave you with that, is pulling out here today with a loud ovation to his good works and to a laudable achievements in Lagos State Police Command and indeed the entire Nigerian Police Force. Distinguished guests, retired and serving police officers, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me personal great pleasure to give kudos to an outstanding steward who led the Lagos State Police Command from the front and did his best to further elevate an already proud institution. AIG Odumosu, he's a fine gentleman and an outstanding mentor to new officers in the Nigerian Police Command. I want to use Odumosu's testament to charge all of the Nigerian police officers in Lagos State Command that indeed you will be doing disservice to him. You will be doing him great disservice if this level of policing in Lagos State do go down. I expect it to go up. I expect your commitment. I expect your assurances. I expect the security of life and property to even get to a level that will become the envy of everybody in this nation.
Assistant Inspector General of Police Hakeem Odumosu has now retired from the police force following 35 years of service to the nation. Members of the Silverbird Group are at the Lagos State House in Marina to officially notify the Lagos State Governor on his emergence as the Silverbird Man of the Year 2021. Speaking on behalf of the team, the Chief Creative Officer of the Silverbird Group, Jacob Akinyemi Johnson, hails the impact the state governor has had during his first 3 years at the helm of affairs.
Lagos, being a mega city with a population of, well, estimated over 20 million, is a country on its own, yes, and with its diverse peoples. So we also know that Lagos State is probably the hardest state to rule. We know that it's a Herculean task at any point in time to run Lagos State, and we'd like to congratulate you for doing that first before we even talk about the award itself.
The governor alludes to the tremendous impact the Silverbird Group has had in the media space, contributing to the growth and development of indigenous contents and global recognition of Nigeria and Nigerians.
Nigerians that are completely detribalized and have a strong, vision to bring the culture, the entertainment industry, the tourism industry of this country at a time in which a lot of people do not even know, what were the potentials. They, put resources together, and consistently they were on that line.
Reacting to the award, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu appreciates the trust of the people in his government as he assures to sustain the pace in development across all areas.
It's really just a call that people are watching, people are reviewing, and indeed, people will ask questions if you also don't do the right thing. For me,
the presentation ceremony for the 15th edition of the highly esteemed Silverbird Man of the Year Awards will hold on March 6, 2022 at the Hotels and Suites, Victoria Island, Lagos. The Lagos State Governor is in Ikosi Sherry Local Government Secretariat to commission the Secretariat block for the local government office. The project, overseen by 2 chairmen, is completed by Princess Samia Atibada, one of 9 female chairpersons in Lagos.
To take Ikosi Sherry to the Sarah, it is a collective responsibility. Therefore, we implore you all not to continuously pay your dues, which are the appropriate time. Also, we enjoy you all to always give us your official support. Fervent prayers can be part of the promotion of peace in our locality and Lagos State.
Autonomy that all of us are learning for and aiming for. Yes, we want autonomy. But let me say this without any contradiction, that there's autonomy in local government. We are independent.
The governor, commending the chairman and women in Lagos for rising to the occasion, calls for more women to participate in politics, especially with the elections approaching in 2023.
I want to challenge all of the other chairmen that are here that will continue to raise the bar of experience, that you all see this as responsible governance, and all of you pick up the pieces and show that indeed the confidence that the people are giving to you will not be put to shame. And for our government, we appreciate and understand that the local governments are an arm, the entire arm of government, that we need to give all of the encouragement to make sure that they succeed, and they succeed well.
Governor Sanwo-Olu also commissions a fruit market in what is seen as a first step in reinvigorating the K2 Ojota food markets.
Before now, a lot of people don't come in here to buy their products, but now we have a very big spaces where they can have their car parks, public toilets. The road is well constructed, and that is why a lot of people are coming in here.
Residents hope the state government can sustain the renovations in the area in order to raise the standard of living in the local government. The Lagos State Governor Sanwo-Olu is in Shangotedo, Etiosa local government, to commission a new set of housing units for public residency.
This estate is the largest of the Lagos Home Scheme and will impact greatly on the housing deficit statistics in the state. When the phase 2 of this scheme is delivered in due course, there will be an additional 444 homes to the housing stock in the area.
I assure you that Lagos State House of Assembly will continue to promote urban harmony and set new standards of property development through robust, efficient laws and resolutions that are aimed to address housing deficits.
The governor notes efforts to ensure that those moving into such housing projects do not lack the other amenities they will enjoy within the city centers, including events venues and religious centers.
But it's not just housing. We're creating communities in all of these places. We're ensuring that what we're about is a live, work, and play, so that the entire ecosystem of developing the future leaders is not lost on us. The Lagos Multi-Tenancy Scheme is a scheme where we're trying to develop with some of our financial institutions, where beneficiaries that are current tenants that are living in houses, in flats, but who have challenged to pay a yearly rent, will be able to approach this scheme, and this scheme will be able to help you pay the yearly rent for the landlord and ensure that you don't come cap in hand to borrow.
Residents of the community, however, call on the state government to make more efforts towards ending cultism and other criminality plaguing the Etiosa local government.
Our local security outfits named the Benin has been formidably built, checkmate the activities of cultists, bandits, and armed robbers within our community. But we need your assistance in extending the local security outfits across the LCD.
The 744 home units in 62 blocks will see Lagos experiment with its independent power generation projects to deliver electricity to the state's biggest housing project. The Ojota-Okpebi Link Bridge has been an idea for several administrations in Lagos. The Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration, alongside the Deputy Governor, are assuring residents of the area that they will have this project delivered within the next 12 months. Okpebi and Ojota are two communities separated by the riverine swamp. The state government is looking to end this divide, providing a 3.89-kilometer connection of roads and a bridge.
The bridge and approach roads is also designed to convey traffic from Odoyalaro into Maryland, as well as towards Odota New Garage on Ikosi Road through the underpass. It's common knowledge that over the years, the traffic situation has worsened around Okpebi, Minde, Maryland, Anthony axis corridor with a dramatic increase in volume of traffic and the limitations in connectivity options and alternatives. The need, therefore, to address this challenge and to further consolidate on the gains of the traffic management plan and transportation policy of this administration cannot be overemphasized. At present, there is an overstretch on the capacity of the existing network of roads in the corridor, with the limiting connectivity options that will ease traffic and improve travel time. More importantly, there is no direct link between Okpebi, Maryland, Odota, Ogudu, Third Mainland Axial Road, as conceived by the Lagos State Transportation Master Plan. Meanwhile, the traffic studies have shown that the U-turn at Okpebi is not adequate. Thus, during the peak periods of vehicular breakdown, it's not unusual to see the high volume of traffic with the tailback effect that constricts the entire Ikeja network, road network and its surroundings. For the first time in many years, the design concept for this project has been holistically and collaboratively done between the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure and the Ministry of Transport, so as to provide not only an infrastructure solution, but also a transport solution that ensures value and relief for the motoring public, which really is what governance is all about. The Odota Okpebi link bridge and approach roads would at completion decongest and reduce the traffic gridlock often experienced around Okpebi, Mobolaji Bankantoni Way, the Minde corridor. Aside providing direct link between Okpebi and Minde, Maryland and Odota, and vice versa, it also has two underpasses and U-turns providing access for Odota to Ikorodu, as well as for Okpebi-bound commuters. There is also provision for another underpass U-turn for the phase 2 of the link bridge, which takes you straight directly and sets the precedence for the Odota commuters to link the third axial bridge. This legacy project, this Odota Okpebi link bridge and approach roads, is strategic not just because of its huge traffic bearing capacity, but also for the reason that residents and road users along this axis have clamored for a solution to the harrowing experience of the perennial traffic gridlock along the Mobolaji Bankantoni Way via Sheraton Okpebi link and approach roads, especially the Okpebi U-turn. The approach roads will greatly enhance vehicular movement towards Okpebi Allen, Mobolaji Bankantoni Way via Sheraton Link Road and Bridge, as well as the Kudra Tabela Way and its environs, just as it will reduce the incessant traffic gridlocks being experienced over the years in the area.
The governor, Sanwo-Olu, says the increase in population must be met with an increase in infrastructure in order to prevent a total collapse in the transportation sector.
Just last week, and everybody has reported it, we were able to close the deal on the acquisition of a 10-coach, 10-train intracity rail from Talgo in Milwaukee, United States. This is for the Red Line project. But what we have not announced is not just for the Red Line, that we have actually also acquired 3 sets of trains for the Blue Line as well. We'll also be doing a major interchange at Maryland, a bus interchange at Maryland. The 2 petrol stations that we've seen that we have acquired, we're doing an overhead interchange at Maryland where buses can conveniently park and pick passengers there. And we're also doing connectivity with pedestrians from this bridge and this road that we're doing. First century city like Lagos deserves not just a mega status, but it deserves an integrated mass transportation system in the city. And that's why I stand here very humbly. Just last week, and everybody has reported it, we were able to close the deal on the acquisition of a 10-coach, 10-train intracity rail from Talgo in Milwaukee, United States. This is for the Red Line project. But what we have not announced is not just for the Red Line, that we have actually also acquired 3 sets of trains for the Blue Line as well. We have also acquired 3 sets of trains for the Blue Line as well. We will be unveiling that when they also coming. We've done all of this thing very, very quietly, but we don't want to talk much. We just want to action, and you see that all of the things that we're promising our citizens will come to fruition. We believe this new acquisition of the Talgo, which is a Spanish build, but in America, will make transportation experience more functional and will open up our local economy and bring about the impactful succor that we'll see. We've talked about it, that what we're about is ensuring that our promises, even if you don't believe what we say, you cannot disbelieve what we're doing. If you don't like what we are, but you cannot disbelieve what we have done. If you don't want to say that we have not done anything, but you cannot disbelieve what you see on the roads and on the tracks that we're doing. And so, thank you. We've been able to add over 832 maintenance in all of our roads. We're able to add over 65 brand new roads, and about 50 of them are at various levels of completion. I was just telling the special advisor that in the month of February, we'll also be opening up a link bridge from the Koshofe and local government. We'll be opening up from the third mainland artery. We'll be opening up a bridge into the Ikosi in Koshofe local government. They've started enjoying it, but we'll need to come and formally also hand over that bridge to you. It's at the other side, of where we are currently. We've done approximately over 250 direct intervention to ensure that we give succor, palliatives to strategic roads in the city. And we're doing this with sectional overlay, ensuring that we can indeed bring about extensive patching. And I'm happy with what Lagos State Public Works is doing. And I think they deserve a round of applause, because that's one agency of government that is doing 24/7 work every day, and we're not giving them the credit that they deserve enough. And so in consideration of this exponential growth rate of our commercial activity and services within this axis, and for us to be able to address the challenges of a huge traffic burden occasioned by the growth in the city, we've decided to provide a carefully designed, innovative solution that will ease the daily gridlock that we currently experience by commuters around the Okwebi, Mobolaji Johnson, and the Ojota-Mende corridor of our state. As we are aware, there is presently no direct link between the Okwebi, Maryland, and Ojota. The available road infrastructure that links these axes are also limited in its connectivity and options. Thus, during peak hours, high traffic volume within these axes usually congests into Ikeja traffic gridlock. Consequently, recognize the need to provide another legacy project by constructing the Ojota-Okwebi link bridge and all the approach roads to connect Okwebi Road from its tail end over there with the Lagos-Ikorodu Road by the Odoayala at my left-hand side. We're doing this believing that this will be a landmark legacy development into the infrastructure and the traffic management network of Lagos.
Community leaders and representatives call on the state government to pay equal attention to short-term projects that will bring relief to commuters along the Ogba-Ojota axis.
We wish to remind you of your promise to expand Bega-Omole Road. It's a major road for trailers from the north. And in order to reduce this traffic, please kindly put this major thing in mind.
The green vegetational area of this environment will be opened up, and whatever that is there in terms of habitation will be exposed for us to take care of in our environment.
The bridge will start from the Okwebi U-turn, spanning all the way to Ojota New Garage. With a little over a year to the end of this administration's term in office, the Lagos State government has assured its residents that it will continue to put the infrastructural developments at the forefront of all conversations as it looks to complete the Ojota-Okwebi link bridge before the end of the year, and of course, the expected rail line projects before the start of next year. That completes our episode for this week. Until next time, I am Wilson Amoni, and this is Lagos.